and I'm the one that has to set the boundaries. And now that I set the boundaries, it like setting the pattern every time she calls, I don't have to say like, hey, I can't talk now. I just like call her back later.
Yeah. And the pattern thing I think is really important because I've talked to people who, you know, I think you get to a point where you could get burned out, right? Yeah. And so, or you can get into a situation where, say, you're never the one to ask for something, and then one time you're like stuck between a rock and a hard place. You need to ask for something, but you've set up this dynamic to where you are the person that gives, and then when you need and that person is not there for you, you're like, how dare that person not be there for me when I've always been there for them? Yeah. And the reason that you think that, though, is because you've set up this dynamic. Yeah. You know, and so maybe they genuinely don't have the time, they can't do it right now or whatever, but because you feel like you're the giver, you feel like they're not a true friend to you. And so it's like, no, in order to not set yourself up for that kind of failure, be realistic with yourself and only do the things that you can or want to do. Don't constantly put yourself in difficult positions where you end up ultimately feeling like you're being taken advantage of because the person could maybe be taking advantage of you, but then you could also be allowing or setting up that person to take advantage of you. Yeah. Yeah. You know, so yeah, I think it's hard to come to those kinds of terms, especially when you are the person that gives and you're like, no, like they should, you know, move mountains to help me because I always do that for them. But do they even know that you do it for them? Yeah. Do they even know that you're going so far out of your way to do these things? Like, they may not know. And for them, they probably wouldn't do that. They probably would not be moving mountains to do the same things that you've done.